Salut tout le monde, my name is Badboy23 and today Dexec present to you Ambre. This time the game has a music. I don't know why in the episode 2 there was no music, but now apparently the game is fixed. Let's proceed. Did I read the thing? No. The way they organized their week allowed for a more festive time. It was the time of outing. It was out of the question for Ambre to get bored, to stay shut in the tight and break fall again. She had to have a chance to wait a second. Now the music became annoying. There you go. Okay. I did click something. Huh? Okay. Bored. There we go. She had to have a chance of a screenery, so they went to lively place, the pool, the amusement park, the ice rink, the movie theater, restaurant. She had to try everything. Every week was a different universe. So apparently they go out for a week. Or they stay for more than a week. Running along at a brick place with her impeccable polish shoe, the little girl jumped from ride to ride while hanging on trillion arm. It warmed his heart to see her having innocent fun. In front of a smile that big, he could only imitate the girl's good mood displayed himself. Yay! Ice cream and balloon. Many ice cream. Every time when she would inevitably ask for a dessert, a pancake or an ice cream, I began to like this game. He would watch her spreading whipped cream on her face out of the corner of his eyes. The temptation to lick the lap of ice cream from the tip of her nose or corner of her lip was nearly too much. Now I begin to like it less. Such a display, both childish and unhealthy. Strictly his darkened throat, his most pitiful throat. However hard he rejected them with all his strength, his hand became sweaty and trembling. His hand confessed his torment. But Ambre could not understand. Ambre was a little girl, only a little girl. Back to the room, baby. The month flew by a breakneck speed. Ryan refused to admit it, but his young friend was growing up. He wanted to ignore the fact, turn a blind eye, but the unstoppable passage of time had already started to do its work. Ambre was going through a strange crisis. That evening she was particularly angry and proclaimed vigorously, "I don't want to be a child anymore." "How so?" "I want to become older." "But you have plenty of time for this." "Ambre, I want to become older first. That way I could do more things." A 30-year-old man shrieked. He obviously did not know how to answer such assertion. "Just say to her that you will need to wait to grow up." "No?" "Okay." He had never had a child, and he was not very good at calming down revolt regardless. But just explain yourself. Taken back, he left the girl to stuck in the living room to go take a long relaxing shower. While he was shooting his worried in the rush of hot water, she displayed an angry poof, poof. "That's not fair. I could be older right now. If I only had a model." "I wonder who Australian wife looking like. For example, I'm sure that she was a kind person. But I never want to talk about it." But he never wanted to talk about it. He avoided the subject. "I could be that if he's hiding something from me. She's dead. She left him away and married another husband. Something like that. Now the dude is extremely sad. Who knows?" Intrigued, Ambre took advantage of his absence to open the drawer she had never touched before. Inside, under the telephone directory, was a big leather notebook. Convinced that she had found a treasure, she grabbed it and opened it. It was a photo album. Spread on the page were a bright smile and tender gesture. Yay! Okay, now it's going to be sad. Going off through a picture, the little girl discovered her guardian young and dashing, in the arms of a contrasting young lady. Dressed soberly and tastefully, she was strolling along the seashore with a shawl on her shoulder, or in the park holding an ice cream that was caught her eyes with very special pictures. Matt Bronner in the center of the album. The young wearing a suit was leading his love out of the church with a clumsy footstep under a shower of flower petals. She looked so happy, so fulfilled in her large, refilled white dress that Ambre was stupefied. So she died. Okay, probably. All the more so as the bride looked exactly like her. She is so pretty. What are you looking at? Liliana's sudden appear made her jump in so much that she dropped the forbidden object. His gaze darkened immediately. "Give me back." Again. "You searched through the closet to see what my wife looked like, didn't you?" He answered with a shaky voice, guiltily. Yes, you're going to dissuade me? Of course not. I just would not prefer that you didn't see it. What? Why don't you never talk about her? I want to know. Me too. He strained appearing upset as he looked into those begging eyes that he had never been able to resist for long. Don't look, don't look, don't look! It's a trap! Reluctantly, he should be more sad about the story, no? Let's proceed. He sat down and on a couch and told her how he had met the one he thought would be the love of his life and related all that they had gone through together. Ambre listened with wide-eyed attention. She liked that story very much. Ryan seems a briefly get young as he evoked the past, describing how head over heels he had been for her, and how happy he had made him. Their blissful and ordinary everyday life was something the little girl envied. Caught up in the tale, she could not help but pressure him, and then, what happened? Until the light shined in the man's green eyes brutally vanished. Ah, he has green eyes. And then she left. Where to? Far away in a place where I can't reach her anymore. Every day I pray that I will somehow hear her, that I will wake up, that I will remember her, that she will remember. I don't know if she will ever emerge from that dream that keeping her captive. She is dead. Sometimes it feels like it. But no, she's still alive, just in a different world from mine. If I could join her, I would. Ah, wait, she's dead. Okay, yeah. I would have sacrificed everything for her. And today, she's forgotten me forever. That's sad. The young sang again, head down, as a heavy, crushing silence came between them. Ambre started at the photo, bluished by a woman's smile. Deep down in her heart, she had an odd thought. If I was older, I could replace Lillian's wife, and I wouldn't be sad anymore. That night, she left and devastated Lillian lying as immobile as a statue on the sofa, sleeping between the cover of a cozy bedsheet. She felt helpless. If only I was older. The thought took root more and more violently in her mind, to the point where it became an emergency. She had to become Lillian Mallory's wife. Okay. a new routine inside. I did not click anything. A new routine inside little umbrella. It was now out of the question for her to stay a little girl. She wanted to grow as suddenly as a... Let me click! Oops. A beautiful crush by its ephemeral life. Thus began a kind of adolescent. She no longer woke up in the morning when Trian went to work. She waited until midday to surface and took her meal at that time. Trian did not call her at the usual hours anymore either. He knew that she would not be in the mood. After a brief meal, the young girl watched television while leafing through magazines brought with a pocket money her benefactor gave her. The afternoon frustrated fluctuated between American TV show and beauty tips. Between the page of the magazine, she learned how to become pretty and to seduce men, an idea she liked a lot. She wanted Ryan to look at her, to take an interest in her in a different way. To be seen as a woman, she had to act as a woman. I don't like where this is going, but it's going to be funny at the end. I hope. Yeah. But she absolutely didn't know how to do this. These magazines were overflowing with tips of all kinds. Seems like an Eldorado to her. Through the articles, she learned how to act, how to become a true lady, and wasn't very complicated. She only had to keep close watch on all of her gestures, to constantly control her every movement so as to convey the best image possible. She had to track down all human weakness, every inconvenience, and work with a relaxed and self-assured air, but not too much, or she would frighten, she would crush. Magazines. Ambre nodded as she was reading was an editor wrote. Of course she had to be open and smiling, but not so much that she came across an exuberant. She had to laugh often, but not too loud as it was what hysteric would do. She had to be independent and take initiative, but only if the situation led itself to it, and in a non-threatening way. In a non-threatening way. She had to show herself to be as natural as possible, while enhancing all her advantage with a note of makeup, Ambre understood the necessity of buying some in order to become a true woman. She had to dress in a feminine way to demonstrate her worth while being sober enough so as not to attract unwanted attention. Wait, you are wearing a dress? I forget her clothes, but it's still feminine, no? Okay, let's proceed. And then she was advised to learn to listen to men, not to talk too much. But it's the opposite of taking. Why is it taking initiative? No, maybe. Which would be selfish. Be discreet but present, available as soon as her need without really showing it to him. You just read something about saying you need to be more present, and now you read something about saying you don't need to be more present. As she turned page after page, the young girl felt as praising huge to spend money on all of the products shown in the advertisement and praised by the editor. Never what? After all, she would need them in order to seduce the brave Trian. How could she have a slim-test chance without cheating a little? Further down, a revealing psychological test claimed that Amber would gain more affection by acting like a fragile little girl. Men need to be reassured of their virility and of their protector's role. This is old school, no? I don't care. Plus, she was too vulnerable to fail. She couldn't manage anything worthy without the same help. She had to find validation in his eyes. Validation of her very existence. If you think I am pretty, I will be pretty, like in the photograph. Like this, Ambre spent her afternoon reading Tips for Women magazine, training her to console. When she was watching a series of the often romantic one, she was shopping in the city, bringing back clothes, accessories, and cosmetics. The city, like the television, constantly spat image of absolute and infinite love, of the perfect and purified love, like a drug, an obligation, a flawless pleasure, and an order. Every billboard sold the same dream. Oh, so cliché. Yay! Oh, so desirable. She was a pure suit of a fairy tale formula, and then live happily ever after in opulent and had lot of child. Novel and movies heroic all ran after the same goal, after the lure of profit, wealth, luxury, a life where everything would be easy, but where everything would be lost in taste. A dull and hollow life, an eternal masquerade. But this existence emptiness was just as easy to feel. You only had to consume and to be consumed. You only need to develop your soul to spend even more, to remove the vestige of nature, to hide that ridiculous body, to personal, to imperfect, to real, and to replace it with an real Smith, a mirage. You only need to spend without restraint in order to conquer a biggie bank of your dream. The mere machine that gives a banknote and weak orgasm to present yourself like a diamond. A beautiful shiny trinket that everyone should have in their living room. You can only need to destroy your own value, immaterial, and replace it with cold, hard cash. And then you only need to brush the idlers go round in circle in your cage without any purpose to continue living in a Disneyfied way, wandering like a lost soul, disguised as the clown that dripped with red, a grim automaton that go deep, really deep. You need to feel the hole, the absence of life, the disease that devour your blood, all your authenticity with money. Always more money. Buy, buy, buy until you forget the unleash. Ambre meet today's celebrity. Those picture perfect idol on which nothing struck out. Bodies without even a slightest ray of life. The inspiring song only glorified a permanent state of pleasure without soul. Like mass-produced barrel doll, all those celebrities merged into a single canon of beauty, dreamed as unsurpassable, absolute truth. The stars drive into their endless cycle of vanity, which such is that it was truly fascinating. Every minute that passed after a single first success was a minute of intense scrutiny as the whole world gestured in its eyes on the morbid show that was her show suffocation, her imminent drowning. Nothing could be more enjoyable, more exquisite than starring as a young woman being engulfed by a shadowy tentacles of their dream. They sacrifice their body to the cut of surgical escape to the point of no longer resembling themselves anymore, to the point of transforming some kind of wonderful monster They had rejected their personalities and histories to melt into the mud. They confront themselves to the public every expectation to become the showcase of modernity. The icon of this single form of happiness was advertised at every street corner, a form of happiness that little Ambre started angrily at. Becoming the star seemed out of her reach, but looking like one of a duty that Woman magazine never screamed to remind her of. That favorite press, so uncomplicated, so fraught with consequence. That's a lot to read. All of a sudden, the game became quite deep. Basically, it's society. So, if you're a girl, or maybe a boy, don't feel ashamed of yourself. You were born that way, so that's you. Don't be influenced by magazine over stuff, because they always do one thing: make you believe you're ugly so you will buy their product. Then you buy the product, you use them, and they make you believe you are still ugly, so you will buy more product, and it will become like a cycle. It's like buying drug. Once you take it, you want to take another. It's the same thing with this. Make you believe that you are ugly, that you need to buy stuff to, how do I call it? How do we call it? Buy makeup, do certain thing, be like this, be like that, do this in front of a man, do this in front of a girl. Those are not true, basically. These are just things to sell clothes, makeup, and stuff. So don't be influenced. And especially if you are young, those things are just waste of time. Be yourself. You can use the makeup. I don't say that they are saying all bad, but you can use the makeup. Don't go too much. Be yourself, like I say. You just have to do what you need to do, what you want to do, what you think you can do. So that's pretty much it for this episode. I will see you in the next video. Until then, raise your controller to the sky and bring the noise.